Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over in EverQuest Legends, and it's been a little bit, but I did get in here, and I think that I got the faction that I need for the Kelethin merchants. I'm not sure, but there's a person in Freeport that I went over to, and I think you saw her white wine, I believe, was the one. There are two different people. One of them buys muffins, but I think it was the one who buys the white wine, and I cannot recall the name. That individual right now. But you sneak into Freeport, and she's standing there, and let me think. It's been a few days since I did it. You give her white wine and she gives you faction. Then I went and gave another guy nearby some muffins, and that gave me faction with like the Freeport people so that they didn't kill me. So there is a way you can get into Freeport, give out muffins and white wine, and get faction with all kinds of people. But one of them was the Kelethin merchants. So I think I should be good to go on being able to trade and all of that in Kelethin. We're going to find out. On the way, I may kill some bats. Just for old time's sake. Hey, Take Babe, how you doing? Thank you for the compliment. All right, let us make our way through here and see if we can manage to trade over there with the Kelethin merchants. And if so, then I should be able to start on the crafting mission a little bit more thoroughly. I'll have to remember what I'm doing a little bit. I've been playing Magic the Gathering all weekend, so I'm kind of in a different mode, you know? We did a draft on Saturday as usual, but we also did a lot of League. For those of you who are into Magic, recently the Hobbit set just came out, and so the league that I'm doing is a Hobbit league. We've got I don't know how many people at this point, maybe 12 or 13 people who are participating, and they're wanting to play a lot, so it's been kind of a busy weekend in that regard. It's been fun. And I think that everybody involved in the league that I've played so far have all been very good players. The majority of them are limited players, so they do a lot of. Peg Pape says doing a bit of EQ Legends today. Absolutely, a little bit, but yeah, they mostly do drafts, and so they're very experienced with that play style. And of course, for those of you who play, you probably already know that League is pretty much a draft experience, or a limited experience. It's very similar. It's not like draft. It's more like Sealed. But it's been fun, and just seeing the different directions that people go has been entertaining. So how you guys been doing? In the meanwhile, I've barely had time to get on the computer at all. I've been keeping up with the Watcher of Realms dailies, but otherwise I've just been like getting on And like I said, I've gotten maybe a few things crafted on here. But primarily what I've done is hunt bats. Had a bunch of those. There's a person you can buy bat wings or bat fur from, by the way, also in Freeport. If you get the faction from, and in fact, yeah, I still have 101 bat fur. So maybe I don't know, maybe I don't have the Kelethin merchant faction yet. Maybe I was going to get that with bat fur. Let's see. Clearly I need to check, right? Take Vape says catching up on rest. Very good. It's a good thing to do. So, looks like I am viewed kindly by the Kelethin merchants right now. So I don't think I even need all this bat fur, but you can buy the bat fur once you have the faction in Freeport. And that might be what you get from the muffins. I can't remember. Man, I'm gonna have to probably go back to Freeport to find those people because I don't remember the names. It is very helpful though. So if you're looking for faction, just be aware. There is an easier way to get there just by sinking a little bit of money into it if you have coin and you don't have time. All right, so Greater Faydark. We're gonna head over. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I think, instead of running across Greater Faydark to get over to Kelethin, I'm actually going to switch to a different difficulty level because that's going to spawn me over there where I need to be. So we're going to just switch to difficulty level 1. And it's going to take me right underneath Kelethin, I think. In which case, I can just take an acorn up and get to where I need to go. Yes, it is. Okay, so here I am, spawned me right kind of in the middle of the map. Here's the Kelethin platform. It just lifted off to take that dude up. We click this little knob at the top of that post, bring it down, and then we'll run on. Don't go too fast, or you'll run underneath it, and then go back up. Simple, quick way to get to Kelethin from the entrance. All right, now let's give it a go. Who's this person? Merchant. What is this person's name? Merchant Illudari, I suppose. Assuming that that's an I at the beginning and an L following. General supplies. Look at that. We can trade with her. It's amazing. Whole new world out there. Okay, so does she have anything I need? Is the question. I have no idea. She has a lot of cool stuff. She's got some rations, water flasks. These things are useful. There's a large lantern. I don't know if that would be helpful for me or not. Right now, what do I have? Is this it's a worn candle? Why don't I replace my worn candle with this torch? I don't want to sell my torch. Get out of that screen. Okay. I didn't actually realize that I had a worn candle in my bags. Also, I have this toolbox. I grabbed that over the weekend as well. A toolbox. I think Bugajoa made that for me, and the toolbox is awesome because it holds the giant items. So whenever you get those big, I don't know, I think they're halberds or something, but they're too big to go into your normal bags. But you can put them in the toolbox, and it's amazing. All right, so. Okay, interesting. So what I'm seeing here is the torch doesn't go into the range slot, but the worn candle does. Where does the torch go? Secondary. Well, I don't want it as my secondary item. That sounds terrible. Let's put it back in the any slot where it was previously. Again, I see no real reason to have the worn candle. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Feels like it's unnecessary. In which case that would free up my range slot for something more useful, like, I don't know, a bow. I I think maybe ogres do throwing weapons or something like that. Not sure. Okay, let's see here. What is this area? No clue. Let's check it out. Now that I can talk to people, I'm interested in finding out what there is around here. This just seems to be somebody's little home. I don't know. Nothing doing here. We got a little chair, we got a little bed, and I don't know. What is that? Is that a cloak, perhaps? And a water, maybe like a bladder? I'm not sure. I don't know what he's got hanging here. But I think this is his personal place. He just lives here, whoever it is. Maybe it's Merchant Illudari's place. Man, I can't read, can't speak. Don't know what I'm doing. Are these all people's homes? Gotta find out. Ah, this is looking a little bit barracks-like in this case. We got a bed, well, 2 bunk beds, and that's it. Yeah, this is definitely, I don't know. It's where their military sleeps, perhaps. All 2 of them, 4 of them, whatever. Okay. Got another bed. This dude has a chair. It's a nice chair. It's a nice little, it feels kind of velvet. I don't know. Probably not. And then a little chest of drawers there. All right. Well, I'm in the living quarters of Kelethin, apparently, which is weird, because you would think that they wouldn't have their houses right there by the platform that brings you up into the place, because if you were going to get invaded, right, then you'd think that the first place that would get hit shouldn't necessarily be the people's homes, but what do I know? All right, which way should I go? Let's go check out the trade skilling stuff, I think. All right. I haven't done any brewing yet because, for one thing, I don't have any foraging, and foraging is kind of important to get the materials that you need for brewing. I've got a forge right over there. Let's go do that. Because I probably have some things that I need to turn into metal bricks or something. Who knows? Let's find out. Okay, so we want to make tarnished things, basically, to start with. If I even have any rusty stuff at the moment. It occurs to me that I almost certainly have a bunch of rusty things in my dragon sword, because I have a lot of things set to automatically go into the dragon sword whenever I loot it out in the wild, and one of those is definitely rusty items. To collect them there instead of collecting them in my bags and filling up my inventory space. Apparently, I must have done this recently. Looks like I only have a couple of tarnished warhammers. Go ahead and combine those, though. See how it goes. I'm missing a sharpening stone. That's because I don't have personal depot clipped. Now I do. Life is good again. We'll auto-inventory that. It was a rusty one. Now we got tarnished. Okay. All done there. Simple enough. They were both warhammers, so we're going to go T space war, and then we can get to the small brick of ore here. And fail to make the small brick of ore. Very nice. It's alright. We got one that time. All is well. Hey, just noticed. Could have just stuck it directly in the trade skill window. A little slow. It's alright. Now I guess well, okay. Probably I couldn't have. I probably would have to still go to the bank, because if it was just going to open up this window, then you can't stick things in here. So, alright. Never mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright, onward to the bank then, probably. That seems like it makes sense. Alright. I'm going to go to the map. Find the bank, if possible. and make our way that direction. If I run across some trade skill tables along the way, I may use those. Let's see what this guy is. We got general supplier, merchant wine. All right, bandages, bottles of milk, various things that have been sold to him. It's interesting because we're in difficulty 1 at the moment. So we're only going to see things that were sold by people at this tier, or at this difficulty level. Here's raw bamboo. I don't know what raw bamboo would be used for, but it feels like it would be important to pay attention to where this guy is. Raw bamboo, and we're right here on the map. All right, maybe I can remember that later when I need it. Probably not. I seem to be running particularly slowly. Maybe, or maybe I'm just out of practice. Out of sync with the EQ Legends world. It's another possibility. Let's look if I'm encumbered or not. My agility is down, my weight is up, so yes, I'm definitely encumbered. I wonder why. What did I do recently? Is it these tarnished short swords? Apparently, I'm carrying around some tarnished weapons already. So, great. Could have turned those into ore. For some reason, I was just assuming that I didn't have any tarnished weapons, and that I would have only had rusted. But alas, that was not the case. All right, what have we here? We've got some things that can go into the trade skill depot for sure. And at this point, I think it's safe to say that the bat furs can also go in, and all of these other things, because I think I'm good on all of that. So we're going to click shift and take the whole stacks and try to put them into the trade skill depot. That's going to clear up a little bit of room. Okay, looks like these spiderling eyes are no good. But we got the lapis lazuli, we got the bat fur, all kinds of good stuff. I don't know that the short ale will go in. It doesn't. We got iron rations and rations. Probably none of that'll go, but I'll give it a good try anyway. I think I have a couple of kinds of bandages. Maybe not. Not sure which ones will go in. Those won't. Cool. Still have some bread cakes from the initial stuff that they gave whenever we started the game. Alright, all kinds of things did go in. I don't want to throw the water flasks in because in a pinch you can drink them, so I'm going to go ahead and keep those on my person at the moment. Alright, now, we've got all that stuff. We can access the trade skill depot for any trade skilling that we're doing by clicking that personal depot button out there. So I'm not going to pull stuff out. The only things that I would want to take like that would be if I had any bait in here, because you can't get it from the depot when you're fishing. And of course, like I said, the water flasks, I definitely want to keep on my person. Alright, otherwise, I think I'm going to auto bank this candle. I don't see any need to have that on me. And maybe I go ahead and auto bank things like these spider legs as well. I don't know what else to do with them. They didn't go into the trade skill depot. So for now, we're going to throw these spider parts in to the bank. Got some other things I could throw in, and maybe it would be a good idea to toss some of those in there. Got a small buckler, you know, stuff that I'm not necessarily going to use right now. Maybe I'll want to use them later, I'm not sure. I've got some tattered belts. Looks like only 2. But I could combine these things together. I've managed to get them without combining them together, which implies that I probably got them from trade-ins. Most likely while I was handing in either like the white wine or maybe the bat fur and stuff like that. Because I don't know how else I would have gotten them separately like this. Alright, so let's take these tattered belts and merge them together and probably not get anything worth using out of it, but at the very least we've combined them, and made a little less room that they're taking up. I'm quite certain that the tattered belt is not something that I need right now, so let's just auto bank it. We've got this orc hatchet +2. This is a tarnished axe, turns out. Okay, so let's throw the orc hatchet away. The gorget can also go. We've got worn great staff +2, cracked staff, worn great staff, and worn great staff. So let's combine the worn great staffs. Ah, that did not work somehow. What have I done wrong? Oh, okay, I see. I gotta click the yes button. Makes sense. Alright. Let's see, anything else? What's this down here? It's another worn great staff. We better use that then. Let's move over here and find the right one to combine with. There we are. Okay, I think we're good to go now. That's a tarnished axe. We're going to want to break that down. Maybe even throw the patchwork boots in. So I have nothing else really that I need to do with them. I've got this cloth cord. I'm pretty sure I have another. Yeah, there it is. Cloth cord right there. So let's combine that as well. Merge. There we go. Somehow I guess I had not clicked it or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working. Stand close to. What have I done wrong? I don't know. Let's click it off. All right, try again. Oh no. Doesn't seem to be working. Uncertain why. Don't see any evidence of it not going together. Maybe I... Do I need to get it out of the bank, perhaps? Let's try that. Let's pull it out and see if we can do it now. That seems to have worked. Okay. So perhaps we can't combine with something that's currently in the bank? Maybe. Not sure. Okay, we got a cloth cap here. I think that's going to be a cloth cap. We'll try it again. Let's try, doing the alt on the one in the bags, and then pulling the one from the bank into that, see if that works. That seems to work. I don't know if that is the reason that the other direction didn't work. Uncertain. Okay, anything else here? Oh, I didn't even check on these. Tattered skull cap, sure. Let's combine these. Alright, merged those together. And I should even check and see if this is better than what I have on, because it might be. No, it's exactly the same. Alright. Not too surprising. Okay, what else do I have here? I've got a cloth cap +1. What's this? It's a small cloth cap +2. No use. Well, that's interesting. I apparently have multiple cloth cords in the bank. Cool. Combine those. Inventory management, I tell you what. It's rough. Pretty sure that's still not good enough to worry about. Tattered skull cap, that'll combine with the one out here. So now it's +2. I'll check it again. Now it's a little bit better than what I currently have on. Let's toss it on. You know what? I'm not going to yet, because I might have something better. Basically anything that's chain or mail or anything like that would be better than what I have. So, perhaps I wait. Got an orc hatchet +2. What's this here? Tarnished axe. I know that I threw an orc hatchet into the bank a moment ago. Don't know where it ended up. We do have the cracked staff. Let's merge that together. The wrist pouch is just another kind of bag. I'm definitely piling up on bags. I think I could probably sell some soon because I don't know what else to do with them beyond carrying them in my inventory and then filling up the bank with them. So I'm not sure, but it's possible that that I can sell those at this point. I know I'm a bit of a hoarder, and so that may surprise you. This looks like French fries. This no paw here. I don't know if the rest of you see this or not, but I'm seeing like McDonald's fries right there. It's very strange to me. It's difficult for me to remember which bag I have open at any given time because it doesn't say that it's open. Like in EverQuest, when you have a bag open, it indicates that it's open. In EverQuest 2, that is. And in this, it does not. And it blows my mind. Easily done, I know. Because I can't recall which one I currently have open. I've got these patchwork boots. I've got 3 of them at this point. I'm going to go ahead and combine them. I think I had made one of these pair of patchwork boots. Okay. Let's see. I don't think that they're going to be better. I think I have some steel ones on or something. Okay, no, I have the boots the long road still on. That's right. Okay. I don't really need those on. It's nice for the run speed now and then, but I don't really need them. And this is probably the last thing that I have in my bags, but I'm going to make sure. I guess not. Got this belt pouch here with a tattered belt in it. Make sure that's the right thing. It is, yes, okay. I have another tattered belt somewhere, I feel. Maybe not. Maybe that's the one that I threw in a minute ago. Probably it is, actually, now that I'm looking at it. See what I'm wearing. I don't think that any of this, except for the hat, is going to be better than what I already have in here. Okay, those are boots the long road. Got patchwork boots. This is a cloth wristband. I'll check and make sure that it's not better. It's not. I have the small cloth pants leveled up a bit, which is why it's not better. Why the cloth pants aren't better than the one I have on. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Other than the hat. And therefore, I guess I'll put that hat on. Oh, I was just trying to open up the tarnished halberd over here. I don't think that I can break down the tarnished halberd, but I'll make sure. Stick it over here and find out. Alright, now, let's find that hat, if I can. I think it was like, this one? Maybe. Tattered skull cap? Yes, it is. Excellent. Alright, let's put that hat on then. It's a little bit better than what I currently have. Every point counts, you know. There we are. Okay. I think I'm good. I can throw the rest into the bank. Make sure on this one great staff that it's not better than whatever I have. Oh no, it's definitely not, because this is a two-handed item and yeah, it's just not as good. Definitely not. Check the cracked staff as well. Pros and cons to that one. But I'm not going to replace it. I'm good enough with what I've got here. Auto bank that. Don't need to be carrying around the backpack for any reason. I just realized I have a bunch of stuff open. I'm going to just shut down the whole thing, make this easy so that I can see what's actually in my inventory. Okay, so this is what I have left. I'm going to go ahead and keep the crushed bone belt. These are tarnished items, I think. The pike down here, and the halberd, I can't move it into another bag because it's a giant item and it won't fit in any of my other bags, weirdly. Okay, that ought to do it. Now as you can see, I'm no longer encumbered, so I should move a little bit quicker as well. And there's another tab, by the way, guys. It's called the equipment tab. So you go over to storage and you go to, let's see, equipment. There it is. Maybe. No, that's not it. There is an equipment tab somewhere. I have lost it. I thought it was in equipment, or in the storage rather, but maybe not. We've got a few motes of infinitesimal potential. Yeah, okay, I have no idea where it is. No idea what I'm talking about at any given moment. Maybe inventory? It's not item overflow, it's not the bandolier. Alternate storage? No. Okay, it is here. I was right the whole time. We just have to drag stuff, so drag it into there, right? Yeah, there we go. And I think you can access this at any time and pull stuff out. In fact, now that I think about it, it may be a better idea for me to be putting rusty items into the equipment tab so that I can easily access them whenever I'm ready to break them down. That may be a better idea than throwing them into the Dragon's Hoard, where I would have to go and pick them up from the Dragon's Hoard at the bank and then use them. That's not the worst idea ever. Okay, let's see. To get it out of the equipment tab, you left click and you hold it down, and then you can drag it. Alright. In that case, I think I'll check the Dragon's Hoard and pull out my other rusty items. See if there's anything else in here I need to pull out too. Looks like I have some crushed bone belts that I didn't even realize I had. Those are used to trade in for faction with, I think, the Kelethin merchants, I think. Maybe Kelethin as well. Alright, I'm gonna pull out all this rusty stuff. And I don't care if it's +2 or anything like that, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm just going to break all of it down. You would think that you would be able to, like, click control or something and pull multiple things out at once. You would be incorrect if you were to think so. You cannot. Now I'm over encumbered again because I have all of this metal on me. Charles Smart, 13,995 says hello. Hello, Charles. And let's see. Tunkus says, have you planned out your third class yet? Absolutely, I'm going to do Shaman. Definitely. Okay, so there we are. We got all the rusty stuff out. And currently at level 8 tune. But I had tried this on the beta, and I enjoyed the Shaman in combination with this. I've already forgotten where the forge is. I think maybe I might possibly be going the right way, but then again, I could be completely wrong. I am completely wrong. Alright, now, I'm going to actually use the map. Find it this way. No, I'm not too far from it. Really? It's just on the other side of this? No, it's not. It's not there. Okay, so is it down below me? In the same area? Maybe. Let's find out. Yes, it is. Okay, excellent. So, I was right about the location, wrong about the altitude. Alright. Here we are. Let's make some tarnished items. And then, probably some ore. Now, I'll point out that all of these things that I'm currently making are trivial. And when you make trivial items, which means that they're colored green in the window, you don't seem to get any skill from doing that. So in EverQuest 2, it would be the same as making something that's gray. Here it's green. Things don't seem to gray out as far as I can tell. They do if they're creatures and they're, they're enemies, but as far as with trade skilling, I have yet to see anything turn gray. Kind of odd. Toon says, Shaman is great, works well in any combo. I'm sure that's true, yeah. So I played a Mystic on EverQuest 2 for quite a while, and a Mystic is a Shaman. Now, I was kind of expecting something similar from the Shaman class here. It's not really what I've experienced, but I only got up to like level 28 or something like that on beta, so it's possible that the experience would have been more similar if I'd gotten higher level, but I'm not sure. Only one way to find out. I definitely want to see how that goes. Nonetheless, it was a nice healer, and goes well with the Berserker and Bard. So you've got the Berserker for a little bit of DPS and tankiness. Bard gives some great utility, and then you got a Shaman for the heals, and the only thing really missing is heavier DPS, really. But that's okay. That's how you make friends and all that, right? Alright, so we got all the tarnished things made. Now let's do parentheses open and a T. We're gonna do a space, and then we'll be able to start making some ore out of this stuff. Once we get enough stuff, we may be able to do something with it. Now that I can buy patterns, or molds rather, then I should be able to craft something, I think. The interesting thing is, you can't really see what it is you're going to craft in advance. So it shows the name here, right? Small brick of ore. But until you craft one, you don't know what a small brick of ore actually is. And when you're looking at weapons and armor, you do this crafting, and you have no idea what you're going to make. It tells you, but if you don't know the stats of that item, like I don't know, then you have no idea if it's going to be better or worse than what you already have. So I made some patchwork boots one day, as mentioned. But I have no idea, or had no idea at the time, what the stats of patchwork boots were going to be. So I don't know whether I want to make them or not. It's interesting. Make sure I didn't mess something up there. That 6 almost looked like a 0 to me on this sword. That would have been a shame. So we're able to make a good number of pieces of ore and bricks of ore here. We have a third thing. It looks like we've got a small piece of ore, we've got a small brick of ore, and we actually have a large brick of ore. I think that might be my first large brick of ore. Not sure. Now, from these items, I know I could make some sheet metal, and I know I could make some metal bits. But what else might I can make? Toon says, I was a face washy decades ago. Nice, nice. Are you playing now? Are you doing some EverQuest Legends? Okay, animal-shaped cookie cutter. Now, what's interesting is there are a lot of different shapes of cookie cutter that you can get. And the only difference here is what mold you're using to make them. I don't really understand, first of all, what the purpose is. I mean, like, I get that it's going to be used in crafting. Cookies, I would assume, right? I don't know that I have any cookie crafting skill because I don't think that I've made any food yet. But maybe someday I want to make some animal-shaped cookies, who knows? So do I go ahead and make the animal-shaped cookie cutter and various cookie cutters and throw them into my trade skill depot. This seems like it can't be the wrong decision because I would be getting a little bit of skill, and I don't really know what I'm trying to do with my stuff anyway. So it feels like this could be the way to go. Making some various cooking implements to make my life easier later whenever I theoretically will need the various shapes of cookie cutters. I can't imagine, for instance, that a barbarian-shaped cookie would taste differently enough from an animal-shaped cookie to increase my stats or have longevity for that cookie. I don't know. Maybe the barbarian-shaped cookie is larger than the animal-shaped cookie and would last more time, you know, give you a little bit more sustenance. I have no idea. Or perhaps the animal-shaped cookie takes different ingredients than the barbarian-shaped cookie, and one is more prevalent than the other. I don't know. It's very strange. No idea. We also have a bread tin. Now that seems more useful, right? I think I might already have a bread tin. There's a way to find out what we have. We come over here to the find item and shut down the bag so that's not in the way. And then we're going to just type in bread right here. We have bread cakes. We don't seem to have any bread tin. Maybe it's a pie tin that I have. I don't know. Bucket Joe gave me a tin of some kind. I don't see it. I search for tin. I get nothing. What does it mean? It means that I don't know anything. It also means that I don't have my trade skill depot checked. There, now it is. Let's try that again. Tin. Pie tin it is. Alright, so we don't have a bread tin currently. Where can I find a guy who will sell me a bread tin mold? That's the question. We could make a bucket. What would a bucket be used for? I'm sure it would be lovely, but why? Bucket. Possibly I get a bucket. I don't know. Cake round? That also seems useful. Ceramic lining would be needed for it. Cake round mold, okay. So ceramic lining seems to be a thing that's used for various items. The bread tin also uses the ceramic lining. So maybe we would want to pick up a few ceramic linings if we can find a dude who sells us ceramic linings. We've also got a file mold. What would a file be used for? One would assume that a file might be used for Well, okay, I can think of a number of things. Is it used on metal bits? Possibly. Is it used on pottery stuff? Also possibly. I wonder what the file is going to be used for. There's obviously some weapons here. I don't know that I'm interested in making the weapons at the moment. We got some bracers. Now that would probably be good because I'm fairly low on metal armor, and I need metal armor, so I kind of lean toward getting that kind of thing. But this, I don't know about. It just says green fine plate bracer, but you have to already have a fine plate bracer. And how do you have one? I don't know. You can't make one, as far as I can tell, not here anyway. So how do you have? I mean, this looks like we're just coloring our pieces that we already have. So this would be like dyes for our armor, perhaps. Like, is it lacquer? We're putting some lacquer on our bracer. I don't know. Interesting. I don't have any of these bits and bobs that they mention here, though. If I did have steel and plate, that'd be great. I don't. Could make a large lantern. Not sure if that's necessary. Bottles. We're definitely going to need some bottles because those are great for making drinks. You can't be brewing very much without bottles. Metal rings. That's another thing. I don't know. Oh, look, it takes a file to make metal rings. Well, that makes sense. All right. Muffin tin. We would need ceramic lining again and a muffin tin mold. Okay, sure. Makes sense. Pie tin we already have. How about a pot? Okay, pot, we need standing legs mold and pot mold. Well, all right. I can see that. Scaler, again, same kind of thing as the file. I have a scalar mold. I have 62 of them, and now I recall Bugajoa gave me those scalar molds. He said he had a bunch. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's try to make us ourselves. You did it. Very simple. Made a scalar. Cool. Can't put it into my my trade skill depot yet, but maybe soon. We got some sewing needles. What would we need to make that? High quality metal bits. I don't have any high quality anything. No high quality stuff. No idea how to get it. You got jar of acid, needle mold, and smithy hammer. So what I'm seeing is we're going to definitely need some jars of acid. We're going to definitely need some ceramic molds, or ceramic liners rather, and various molds. Skewers, all right? Need some skewer molds, looks like, and then we're good to go. Smoker takes skewers. Looks like metal bits. Smoker support mold, smoker base mold, and of course water, because everything takes water. Got some steel boning over here. We'll need a file. Okay, all right. Now the question is, does it use the file, and is the file gone after? Is it a one-time use, or can we reuse the file? No idea. Guess we'll find out. We don't need any of these tarnished things. Throwing knives, yes. Okay, so throwing knives are something that I believe that my character can use. We've got throwing knife mold, and we would need iron ore for that. I don't have these ores that are needed, so that's a shame. And then we have a troll-shaped cookie cutter. So, okay, now we know essentially what we need. We don't know where to get it. Smithing supplies? Maybe. Hey, that's looking promising. Howsoever, it costs money for all of these things, of course. What do we need the most? I need some ceramic lining. Who doesn't have it? I don't know about you, Merchant Uwe Lane. I'm not sure you've got what I need here. I don't see any jars of acid. I don't see any ceramic liners. I could get some of the other stuff that I need here. We got a pot mold, for instance, and some standing legs molds. Definitely needed that. So let's do it. Let's get, I only want one of them. I don't want 100 glued or not. If I click control, whenever I click it, that'll probably do the trick. So let's get the standing legs mold, and we'll buy one of those. Right now, here's a smoker base mold and a smoker support mold. That seems good. Let's get that. All right, now skewer molds. Sure, I think I don't have skewers yet, right? I made scalar, not skewers. Okay, excellent. Let's get that. Okay. Got the smoker, skewer, scalar, pot mold and legs. Let's go ahead and get the troll cookie mold while we're here. What else? Muffin tin mold? Why not? I don't have any ceramic liners, so I can't make it yet, but we can go ahead and grab it. Ah, I failed. I didn't quite control first that time. Lantern casing mold. Why don't we just get a little bit of everything? Just get one of all the things. I don't know that we have anything to do with the hinge mold, but let's just get all the stuff. There's a basic blacksmithing book. That's cool. Not gonna do it right now. I don't think I got any of these other things right. The animal or the barbarian molds. I don't think so. Okay. Doesn't look like it to me. So let's get those. One of each. Hopefully it's not like a one-time use thing. On the, like when you make the animal cookie cutter out of, you use your mold to make your animal cookie cutter. I wonder if they break after a while, or surely it's not one-time use, but could it be like a 10-time use or something like that and then it breaks? No idea. Okay. We've got supplies though, that's what I do know. Okay, search recipes, and what I don't have is ceramic liners, so unfortunately I can't do anything with that, but let's see if we can make an animal-shaped cookie cutter. We did it. Excellent. One thing down. Now, barbarian-shaped cookie cutter, can we do that? No, failed. So, I'm going to write that down so that I can go pick it back up, because I did not succeed at the barbarian-shaped cookie cutter. Alright, we need barbarian again. Alright, what else? Bread tin? Sure, give it a go. No luck on the bread tin. Oh, I'm missing ceramic liner for that. Ceramic liner. And I'm going to write down that I need it for the bread tin, right? Okay, how about a bucket? Can't make the bucket because we don't have the bucket mold. What a shame. So I need a bucket mold. Alright. Cake round. We're missing ceramic liner for the cake round. Okay. File. I don't have a file mold. Man. Just thwarted at every step here. Gnome-shaped cookie, yeah, okay, I did pick that up, good for me. Failed to make it, gnome. Alright. What else we got here? So far, I've managed one item. How about a muffin tin? Missing the ceramic liner for the muffin tin. Muffin. Pie tin I already have. Don't need that. How's about the pot? Actually, I'm going to save the pot for one of later things because its skill level that it wants you to have is 50, and I want to try to get my skill level up first. We got a scalar though. We'll try that. I've already made a scalar. I could use the scalar molds just to get my my crafting skill up. Possibly. Let's go over to skewers. Try those. Take Pape says, you get anything to eat yet? No, I have not, as a matter of fact, gotten anything to eat. We made the skewers. Good job. Woo. Smoker's the same sort of deal. It's a skill of 50 to do, so I'm going to wait on that. We do not have the file, so we can't make the steel boning. So I'm going to write that down. Steel boning requires a file. Studs. I don't think I paid any attention to studs. Need a file for it though. That's what I'm missing. So, studs. File. Alright. Various tarnished things. Don't need any of that. Troll-shaped cookie cutter. Combine. Alright, we got the troll-shaped one. Congrats to us. Woohoo! So we managed a few things out of that list. Up to 37 blacksmithing. So, let's go back and buy some more of those. Oh, wait. Okay, what do I have left here? A muffin tip, yes. Because I don't have pieces that I need, like a ceramic lining, for instance, for a lot of these things. That's why I have these stuff. There for a minute I was thinking I failed to utilize my ingredients. Oh my gosh, I can barely move there for a second. Okay. Going in the wrong direction. Pretty cool. Back over to the smithing fella. Alright. So. I should have written down. Okay. We got the barbarian cookie mold again. Oh. Only one. Okay. I didn't make the gnome cookie mold. Well, I made the mold. I didn't make the gnome cutter. So let's grab that. What else did I fail at? I think I didn't fail at the muffin tin. I think I just wasn't able to do it. Or to, yeah, because of the ceramic liner. We did get the skewer. We do have a scaler. And then I think I did get the troll cookie. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, so doing okay overall. We got 3 other things. Missed a couple of things. I'll go ahead and get a second gnome cookie mold and a second barbarian cookie mold. What's weird is it's not really a barbarian cookie. These are really cookie cutter molds. Cookie mold would be a little different. Alright, let's see. Got that. Let's go try again. And at this point, what we're trying to make is the barbarian cookie cutter. Okay, the first time did not work. Try again. Okay, got it that time. And the other thing is the gnome cookie cutter, right? So, gnome. And now we are up to a blacksmithing skill of 38 at the moment. Alright, made it the first time. We'll try again. To get the skill up, we got up to 40. That's pretty good. Now, we have all of those scalar molds. Maybe it's a good time to try to use some of those. Apparently 2 of them, because otherwise we'll be out of metal bits. And then we can make some more metal bits. And that way, hopefully get the skill up a little bit so that I can make the pot and the smoker. Let's try that. Take Pips says the only way out is complete victory. Yes, complete victory. Killing me to go. Made a couple of the skewers, didn't get any skill up, unfortunately. Ran out of metal bits, so more can be made. Metal bits. They won't give me any any blacksmithing skill. But that's alright. And apparently, I was gonna say, apparently they won't give me any metal bits either. There we go. Now we've started to grab some. Up to 6 metal bits at the moment. Pretty sure I'm not succeeding 79% of the time here. Okay, got up to 10. That's good enough for the moment. Now we'll go back and give the... Yeah, I did make that gnome one, right? The gnome cookie. Yes. So I'm going to mark that off the list. All right, now back to the scaler. Simply because, again, even though I don't really need them, I do need the skill. So what I should do with all these scalers is another question. I'll have to go on a hunt for more rusty weapons to be able to get this blacksmithing up. It's resistant. Been sitting at 41 skill for a whole second here. Ah, of course. I'm a fool. I hit 41, so it won't go any higher because I'm at that level. So now I have to move on to the next thing. So, okay, excellent. Let's go to the, let's try the pot next. Nope, that's not what I need to label it as. I suppose I'll just search recipes. Down here. Weird. I swore I typed that in. Maybe not. It's gonna be bad because I'm probably not going to succeed at that. And I'll need to buy 2 molds for both of those. Too bad. Combine. Hey, success. We made a smoker. No idea how to use it, but it's cool. Alright, so we got a smoker. Let's see if we can get it in a pot. Probably not. We're missing metal bits. Okay. Ran out of metal bits. How many do I need? Just the 1. So, see if we can make some. We did. Great. Try again. Ah, well, we did become better at blacksmithing, so that's good, right? So we need the pot mold and the standing legs again. Try to get my molds all together now. And I'll try to run the right direction. Above the chemist says, "Hi Kipoerneke, hope all is well this afternoon. So far so good, not quite afternoon here. Close to it. Getting there." Alright, let's see. We need pot mold and, oh man, I didn't click control. Gotta remember to do that. And standing legs mold. You have to get pretty close to these machines to make them go. Alright, let's try again. Hey, success. Great. Okay, now. What do I do with these things? I have no idea. You would think that when you use a smoker, I wonder first of all, which backpack that one is. So I don't have them in order, sadly. Okay. So let's take this one off. Can we put the smoker here? We can. Alright, cool. Now what? Hold on. Alright, it doesn't do any good to put the smoker there, apparently. I was hoping that we could use it because, you know, we get the toolbox, right? I was thinking maybe we could put things in the smoker. Apparently not. No idea. Maybe it's just something that we use, like the file. Maybe the pot is too. I don't know. Let's chuck it in the pot over there. We open it. No, we don't put things in the pot, it seems. It's just part of a recipe, maybe. Okay. I don't have any files because I don't have any file molds. If I had files, then I could make some steel boning and studs. For what use they are, I'm uncertain. Okay, let's put our backpack back. And then I think probably a good idea to go to a banker and throw things into there. But let's check out the pack wearer's goods over here. Merchant Aluvila satchels. Probably not interesting, but we'll click anyway. Anything here of note? Bottles. Bottles are very useful. We're going to need a lot of bottles. Let's go ahead and buy tons of bottles. Okay. That was one. Okay. There we go. It was the shift I needed to click to get 100. I apparently clicked control instead. Alright, so we're going to get a few casks as well. Not too many. I'm going to click control this time. And we'll do just a few. We'll do 5. Alright. There is a quiver here. I don't have any need of a quiver right now. So, okay. Good for the moment. I think Merchant Alluvia. Now we have Merchant Tuluan, who also sells satchels. Exactly the same kind of satchels, weirdly. So, not sure why the duplicate merchants to sell the same thing within, you know, a few feet of each other, but that's fine. Alright, now, let's wander around for a moment. What's this here? The Bard's Guild, the Songwriters Bard's Guild. Been in here before, and they wouldn't talk to me at the time, but now, oh, now they'll attack me. Cool. That's a shame. Apparently, the bards are not fans. I don't remember them attacking me before, so I wonder if I have accidentally angered them. They're going to kill me, there's no doubt of it. Okay. Jakum Web Dancer did not like me one bit. I should not go into the Bard's Guild. Alright, let's respawn. Fortunately, I'm not far from where I was at before. And I'm running the wrong direction. Very good at that. Alright. Back up. So we press the little knob on the post. And down comes the cloud. Alright, now. Back up. Okay. These were all houses in this initial area here. The porch is there, and that's where I was a moment ago. Let's instead go this way and see what we've got. I do eventually want to make my way to the bank, but it's not high on my list because I also want to find these molds and like ceramic liners. So, okay, we have various patterns for things. This would be for sewing. How to sew. I see a book on it. We need a loom, I'm sure. And I see quite a few different patterns here. And a simple sewing needle. Now, I think I can make a sewing needle or sewing kit, which one would assume would also... Well, it's a sewing needle, I think. But it would have to have the high quality stuff, but it's free. A simple sewing needle is free. Let's grab it. Alright. Now, there's a small sewing kit. Tanning chemicals. Okay. I'm not going to get into that right now because I've got to kind of limit myself on what I'm learning at one time. All right, this is just another person's house. Same sort of setup. We've got a bed, we've got a chair, and we've got a chest of drawers. This is not the barracks, it's just somebody's home. All right. I wonder if all of these that don't have names on the door are going to be like that. Looking like it so far. Bob the Chemist says, if you're still after bat for, haha, he's telling me exactly what I learned over the weekend. I found a vendor that stocks it normally. Unfortunately, they're in Freeport. Yes, I did go there, and I purchased a bunch of bat fur, and then I also discovered that there's a person there who you can sell white wine to, and the white wine person, I think, is the one that gives you faction with Kelethin. And there's another person there in Freeport who you can sell muffins to, and give them the muffins, and you get faction with, I think, the Freeport guards. Can't remember what it was called, but you don't get killed in Freeport as an ogre after you sell that person the muffins, I believe. So, you and I are on the same page. Okay, this is just another dude's house. It's just a little bit bigger. We got a bed, a little chest, a chair, and a chest of drawers there. Interesting. Hey, managed to go out that door there. I wonder if that's the guard's house. There's the loom. We've got a tailoring supplies merchant. Glorious weapon tailoring. Interesting. How to sew of various kinds. Get a large sewing kit. Mask pattern. Needle mold. That's cool. Above the chemist says, good, glad you found them. I learned about the muffin / white wine turn-ins too, but I was hesitant to mention it because I didn't want to spoil anything. No, you're good. I got it. Yeah, I wasn't, didn't have time to do the streaming this weekend, but I did do a little bit of playing, and made it over to Freeport, and then got that faction up. Apparently Bogachoa had run across it. Told me about it. Alright, let's see here. Do I want any of these items? Not so far. It's interesting, this person sells malachite. It's like their normal thing. Could purchase some rusty bits just to turn them in, but I don't really want to. I'm okay with it as is. Alright. I'm not going to go in those homes right now. I'm going to come over here to this general supplies merchant. Because I would like to find the ceramic liners and the other files, like the file. So far, no luck on any of that. And I wonder if you have to make them through pottery. Like you would make a file mold, or maybe a bucket mold, or any of those things that I am not finding thus far. And in fact, I wonder if you make the ceramic liners. Maybe it would behoove me to go and find a spinning wheel real quick and find out if that has any credence to it. We want the pottery wheel. Excellent. Let's go. I seem to be stuck. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Now I'm moving. Great. Nope. Now I've got my fingers on the wrong keys. Cool. All right. There's the soul binder right there. If you want to bind yourself to this area. I got the inn. I haven't been in the inn yet. I'm getting distracted from my goal, but I want to check out the inn. Innkeep Adesila. It's loot strings. That's probably going to come in handy at some point. We've got some loaves of bread, which is cool because you can use loaves of bread in cooking. Of course, there's meat and muffins, rations, short beer, unfinished brass trumpet, and a water flask. Cool. Good to know. Don't want any of that quite yet, but maybe later. The innkeep clearly lives here with his, I don't know, 5 children. Yeah. Wonder which bunk is his. Hers. Oh, there you go. Interesting. Z says, good morning, may I ask a question about blacksmithing? You absolutely may ask, and I may or may not have any idea what the answer is, but I will try my best. Alright, found the pottery wheel over here. And I'm gonna just look up mold. Maybe I am. Try to look up mold. There we go. And see if there are any. I don't see any, unfortunately. Nothing doing. How about lining? And here's the other thing. Maybe I'm not high enough level to see these things. So let's just search recipes and see what there is. Oh yeah, that looks terrible. All I can make is blocks of clay. And unfired artisan seal. So I fear that my low level is impeding my ability to do any pottery whatsoever. And I can't see any recipes beyond the level that I'm at. So that's a shame. Okay. In that case, to get my pottery up, I would need to get some clay. And that, from my understanding, comes from the Muddites near Running Eye. Above, the chemist says, for whatever reason, the pottery wheel doesn't have a lot of preloaded recipes. A lot of them, even ones who are under skill level, have to be learned manually. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Maybe they just didn't update that. I understand from what people have told me that in EverQuest 1, you didn't really have recipes preloaded like that. You had to just have a notebook and, you know, write down what you knew or whatever, or else. I think there's I think it's EQ Traders or EQ something like that. I have been told about. And so perhaps that would be the way to go. Planing tool. That's cool. I don't know that I need a planing tool for anything, but look how expensive it is. 13 platinum, 3 gold, 5 silver, and 2 copper for the planing tool. I don't have it in like a fletching kit. That's cool. How does that help us be a better fletcher? I don't know. Oh, look at that. I can, in fact, click Alt and then click it, and it tells me something about it. Interesting. So apparently you can click... Well, of course you can. This is in this. Alright. Never mind. Warrior's Guide. Whittling Blade. Nice. Okay, cool. Z says, I know you know the answer. I saw a short video of you talking about enjoying making the fine steel into metal bits and pieces. I'm new to trade skills and I want to make the HSR like me. So metal bits and other HQ4. I have a bunch of fine steel weapons, 0 skill in blacksmithing, but would like to make them into ore. Tried putting a fine steel dagger into the forge, but it didn't let me. Need help. Do I need to level up first? Okay, so I haven't done anything with the fine steel yet, but you can, whenever you get rusty items, you can turn those into tarnished items at the forge. And when you do, you're going to get your blacksmithing skill a little bit up. You can turn those tarnished items into various kinds of ore, depending on what kind of weapon you have. So you can get small bricks of ore, large bricks of ore, or small pieces of ore. You can get your skill up to around level 21 just by turning things into these bricks of ore from the rusty weapons that drop on the way. So I would recommend doing that. When you're trying to get high quality ore, I do know that the Muddites drop ore over by runny ice. So this is what I've been told so far. Muddites drop clay, but they also drop ore. I don't know if they drop any high quality ore or not. If anybody has any information on that, please let me know. Above, the chemist says, back in the day it was all manual combines based on either learning the recipe or finding it online. There are some basic books in game you can buy, but they have a limited number of recipes. Right. Yes, I have seen the books that you can get. Z says tarnished. I read that somewhere, but couldn't find the post again. Yeah, tarnished. So you'll go over here. You know what? I can show you the recipes, because what you'll do is you'll find your nearest forge and head over, and then you can just type in the word tarnished, and it'll show you all of the possible things that you can make into tarnished items from rusty items. You can just go down that list and pull out the ones that you have and try to make it. Now, you're not going to always succeed at that. When you fail, it's going to give you back the rusty item. So it's a really easy way to get your blacksmithing up. Like I said, around 21, I think, is where blacksmithing maxes out from doing that and then turning it into the ore. But let's see how. There is high quality ore. I've seen it on the list, but I don't know how to get it yet. But yeah, you just come over here, type in tarnished, or just type in like that, and it'll pull up all the different things, and you can go through it and see what you have. I don't have any right now because I just did it. And then the next step would be put in a parentheses open. That's a closed. Put in open, and then a T and a space. Press enter, and it'll pull up all of the things that you have after that that you can make into these bricks. And you go through and do that, and then you should be good to go on that. Let's see, I was going to try also to make my way over to a banker. I've gotten distracted at least twice, possibly 3 times in my missions here, but I'm going to make it to a banker. I would like to throw these molds into the depot so that I don't have to carry them around. And then I can wander around some more and try to find things like the file molds, or and it's highly possible, I feel, that those are things that we make on the pottery wheel, because it makes sense to me to some degree. Not exactly. You're not really making molds on a pottery wheel, but it's at least in the same area. You're making ceramics, and you might be making ceramic molds, but not on the wheel. It's just a little strange. Okay. Let's see here. We want the trade skill depot, and then let's throw these. Actually, I can toss all of these extraneous things in here. I think I already have a scaler in here. Let me check. They don't stack. I have the scaler molds in here. Can we put a scaler in here? Let's find out. We can't. To carry that around on a person, that's too bad. Molds, though, can definitely go in. We got these casks, and I'm going to throw all those in. We're going to this time click shift when we pick up these bottles, and toss those in as well. Above, the chemist says, I spent most of my free time this weekend skilling up several trade skills, so I have trade skills on my mind at the moment. I like making food and drinks out of the stuff I forage. Absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. I'm still a few levels away from the foraging skill, unfortunately. But I definitely do want to. Can't throw the pot in there either. Okay, it's a sad day. Looks like these cookie cutters aren't going in there. Of course not. I don't know why I thought they would. They don't stack, so they don't go in the trade skill depot. Definitely gonna have to put those into a little area of their own. Sadly, it looks like the simple sewing needle also doesn't go in to the depot. Well, that is a shame, isn't it? Alright, well, weirdly, the pie tin does go in. Super cool that it does, but I'm not sure why that it does. Does that mean, do we need a new pie tin every time we cook? Does this mean it's disposable? I don't know. I do have some royal jelly. That's cool. Good to know. I can make something at the stove. Or not at the stove, at the brewing station. Probably. Actually, now I can probably make a little bit because I have some casks and I have some bottles. Previously, that was a bit of a inhibitor. I also didn't have any yeast or anything like that, which I'm gonna need to do brewing. And I think that I couldn't find one here. I feel like there's one maybe outside Paladin, possibly. Z says, thank you for the time. No problem. Much appreciated. Not a lot of people doing the trade skill grind yet. Understandable. It is interesting and not easy. It's not exactly intuitive. It's there's definitely a learning curve to the game in general, but to the craft in particular. Okay, so now I have a lot of skewers, and I don't know what to do with them. I could perhaps just sell them. Above, the chemist says, pie tin is not disposable. Awesome. It is returned regardless of success or failure, at least for the recipes I've used it for. No idea why they made it stackable, though. I don't know, but that's amazing. I mean, because it's stackable, it gets to go into the depot. And I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I want it to be able to go into the depot. I would like more of these items to be able to go into the depot. Sad that they can't. But that's okay. I could see a world in which I just fill one of these bags here, not those, something larger, with, that's interesting. Why does it want to add up in there? But anyway, fill one of these bags with trade skill things, and then just pick up the whole bag at once. Oh, that's a runner pouch, that's no good. I'm trying to find another backpack. It's a wrist pouch. Let's do a regular backpack. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. I think we're good there. Because I don't want to stick this stuff into the bank right now, I suppose. Maybe I want to sell some of these scalers. I don't know if that's the right move or not. Gotta parse this guy in here. If you've been sent anything, you'll have it. Also, you can recover items here. I think you need like a recovery token or something like that. Sorry, just a moment here. Okay. Yeah. Don't think there's anything particular that I need there. Alright, let's go. You know, I wonder, okay, so we've got the chef who is not in the same area as the rest of the people, it seems, because in Ogok, you can't find the chef inside Ogok. You have to go outside of Ogok. And it seems that it's the same way here, right? So you can't um, just go to the chef area and get like dough and or flour. I think it's a cup of flour you have to go to. So I'm wondering if there's something similar with other trade skill classes. Here we have a bartender, and they sell us all kinds of interesting things, including grapes, which is something that later on will be very easily harvestable. I feel like the pack of keyless sap also is important, but I don't remember why. We've got some shot glasses here. I can't do anything with shot glasses yet. Let's try this bartender over here. Bartender Lislin. All right. Again, cask, Salvaging wine, gypsy wine, honey mead, red wine, shot glass, and white wine. None of which are relevant at this moment. Nobody else in here, so out we go. Maybe it's about time for me to make it over to a brewing station. Let's do a brew barrel or something like that. Brewing barrel, that's it. All right. Off we go. And let's stop over at smithing supply merchant. Linoleum. Nice. Okay, armor and weapons guide, basic blacksmithing, various molds. Now, will we have the mold we need? Probably not. I do see some cool molds. Repairing and salvaging, that seems good. Might want to check into that sometime. Oh, you can just straight up buy sheet metal right there. Alright, good to know. Anybody else over here? Yeah, we got the merchant wine. Check him out. Or her. Whatever. Fishing bait and fishing poles. Those come in handy. Got that raw bamboo. Nothing I'm particularly interested in at the moment, though. Onward. Oh, I fell off. I got distracted. I realized it was happening right before it happened. Too late. Kelethin, bane of my existence. Guess I could have taken that opportunity to go run over to Kelethin and check out the chef there and see if there's other interesting salesmen. Okay. I've already checked that smithing supply agent. We'll have to take off here pretty soon because I'm going to have to eat something, but not quite yet. What have I done? Did I button? No, what is this? What are we doing here? Looks like I was trying to come over to the loom for some reason. Well, I've been doing that. The only thing I can think is that I must have accidentally clicked on the loom and intended to click on the brewing barrel. Check out the Trula line real quick and see if she has anything new. Not really. Alright. Sarah Nixon says, woo, her love. Absolutely. Alright, we're gonna go for the brewing barrel. Maybe I can click it properly. Looks like I did select tailoring supplies instead of brewing barrel. Cool. A little far away from the brewing barrel. Okay, let's see now. Where are we going? straight across if possible. This doesn't look good at all. Thing. I'm on the wrong tier for this. I need to be up there. This, friends, is why Kelethin is a pain to get around. Alright, let's see. Made it upstairs. And we find the location. Probably not. Definitely went the wrong direction. But while I'm here, let's check out the chain armor. Yeah, we got a metal tinkering chemical. And that's the only thing of great interest up there. Let's try merchant Tinelwinia. Clutching kit, cool. And then things without labels on the doors. May or may not be someone's home. Well, let's see here. We're trying to get over there. Let's end the find. Let's see if we can just look. I come this way. I think I'm probably going back the same direction I was a moment ago. I'm not sure. Let me see. Is there anything above me? No? Okay. All is well so far. Okay. How, pray tell, do I get up there? Okay. Over there, it looks like. It's always been very difficult for me in EverQuest 2 to navigate Kelethin. Here's some alchemy supplies. I've never known how to do alchemy. I don't know what the deal is. I can't find the machine. Where is the alchemist table? What are clivers? No idea. Alright. Well, he does have some odd things, doesn't he? Potion of light healing. Holy crud. It's 31 platinum for a potion of light healing. Let's look at it. Consumable effect light healing. Cast time instant. 1 platinum, 9 gold, and 5 copper. It's very misleading. That's not what it shows here. It shows 31 platinum, 4 gold, 1 silver. Ah, the worth of it is 1 platinum, 9 gold, and 5 copper. I see. I see. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna find the brewing drill. Okay, getting closer. Almost there now. Be careful not to fall off this thing. Okay, we made it. Alright, search recipes. And just go through real fast and see if I have plenty of snake scales to make some bog juice. So if nothing else, break it up to 21 just for making that embalming fluid. That's another low level thing. Let's see what we can utilize our current stuff to make. Pretty much bog juice is the way to go. Looks like it. Alright. Bog juice it is. And I'm just gonna auto inventory it. Got a decent chance of making bog juice. Let's open it up so we can see what's going on here. It uses bottles, snake scales, and water flask, in case you wondered. Clearly I needed to buy more bottles. The bog juice alone is going to use up a good portion. Above the chemist says, I don't think alchemy has a public trade skill container. I think it uses a special alchemy container that's made via tailoring and inventory. I had wondered if it might, because when I was on beta, I saw something. It was called like a medicine bag or something. I think it was a medicine bag that was for sale on a merchant nearby people who were selling alchemy stuff. And I wondered, like, or maybe it's called a mixing bag. Something like that. And I was thinking maybe that was the thing. Then I was like, no, that doesn't really make any sense. Maybe that's just like a portable version of it. But I've never found a place to do alchemy yet. So I'm not sure. Above the chemist says, yep, I think that's it. Good to know, because yeah, I really wasn't certain, and at the time I didn't buy one. Maybe if I see one again, I'll purchase it, and then we'll try that out. If I have, and it may be that I didn't have them exclusive. I'm not sure. I don't have that much right now either, but a little bit. Whenever you fail to make the bog juice, it gives you back a bottle. So you don't lose everything. As you can see, I'm piling up on the bog juice, but I'm also getting a good return on bottles here. At this point, though, my brewing is up to 21. And so, this is no longer helping, and I'm going to stop because it's not increasing my skill at all. So I'll go down and see if there's anything else that I can currently make with what I have. And then I think I'm going to call it for now so that I can get some lunch. Above the chemist says alchemy used to be shaman only. Not sure if that's the case on EQL though. So if I were to purchase it, I may still not be able to use it. Is that the deal? I can almost make that honey mead, but not quite. So I would need some hops, which you can buy from a merchant. And I don't know if it's I think it may just be somebody nearby. I'm not sure about here. In August, I feel like there was somebody nearby who sold hops. I don't think that I had to go to the chef for it, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Looks like I've made pretty much what I can make. So we need hops and we need barley. I've seen that recurring. And that'll be to make alcohol. Alright, cool. Well, we did make 26 of the bog juice. That's not too shabby. I'll take it for now. Alright, probably I better go ahead and call it and get some lunch. Hopefully I'll be back on. I think I'll be back on later today. And hopefully I'll see all of you then. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see the next time that I go live. I see that above the chemist says if I think so, unless they relax that restriction on EQL. If you pick up shaman at level 10 though, you should be good. That's true too, absolutely. Z says enjoy your lunch, thanks again. Yeah, absolutely no problem. Hopefully it was helpful. Alright, I'm gonna take off for now, so hopefully I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.